After a gangbusters start to 2025, the CS2 skins market is tanking. Okay, maybe it's not tanking, but it has gone down a little bit. But this index here doesn't include any armory skins, and if we go to their own index, well, something shocking is happening. After being stable for months, the skins have tanked about 10% in a week and a half, which is almost as bad as the meltdown the skins market had when CS2 released. And not only is it showing no signs of stopping, the weirdest thing of all is that you can even see the exact day this started happening, March 18. March 18 is the day someone pressed a button and the armory started to die. And the thing is, I am not even joking about the pressing a button part, because that is literally what has happened. So, in this video, we're going to be checking out the massive problem with the armory and what this means for the future of these skins. Let's get into things. Now, this video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey, the trading site where you can quickly and easily trade your skins. Just log in, add your trade link, and you are good to go. All you have to do is select the items you want and hit the trade button. There's over 150,000 items to choose from, and if you use my code Zeus, you can get up to $5 off your first trade. And even if you're not interested in trading, the site holds free, daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways that you can enter completely for free. It's a great site, check it out, link is in the description. Okay, so to start off with, we need to talk about bots. Counter-Strike has had a serious botting problem ever since it went free to play in 2018. Cases can be quite valuable, and you can get cases by playing the game. So for more than half a decade now, people have been running bot networks to do just that. Now, during CSGO, you would barely ever see the bots because they were generally in idle servers, but in CS2, you actually need to play matchmaking to farm cases, so bots have been ruining deathmatch for players ever since. They haven't kept up with demand for cases, those have become incredibly expensive because the game is growing and the community are addicts, but they're still ruining the game in certain regions. However, something bots haven't really been doing is farming armory skins, and that is a bit odd when you really look into it because the armory's been mega profitable. Using the Overpass collection as my example, returns started at a totally bonkers 433% when they first released. 2 weeks later, they'd fallen to 83%, but by the start of the year, they were back up to 150%. This is a very big profit margin, and you would expect botters to have their filthy paws all over this kind of return, but strangely, that didn't really seem to happen. Instead, the ROI on the armory remained extremely high, and botters seemed to be completely ignoring it. Now, that may sound odd, but there are some sensible reasons why people running case farms might not be interested in the armory. Farming the armory means you've got to invest quite a bit of money in cases. That means you need a lot more resources to run a botting operation, and you're also at a lot more risk if Valve bans you. On top of that, the value in the operation collections is all in the red and pink skins, and this means you need to farm on a huge scale to consistently make a profit. That means you need a lot of money, and that also makes things very risky. So it made sense they were avoiding these skins. Or at least it made sense right up until March 18, because on March 18, the armory collections started to fucking die. So let's just have a quick look at the collections themselves. The crash seems to be focused on 2 specific groups of skins, the graphic design collection and the Overpass collection. Now, since the start of the month, the ROI on the graphic design collection has gone from 125% to 105%, while the Overpass collection has gone from 120% to 100%. Now, that crash is very obviously due to the price of the skins in the collections tanking. It's most obvious in the expensive skins in the collection, but it's happening to all of them. And even cheap skins like the Desert Eagle Tilted have been hit, and they've been hit quite hard. So, what's causing this? Well, let's just go to the float.db database and type in Desert Eagle Tilted. We're going to search by recently updated, and we're just going to scroll down here. Now, as you search, you will start to notice some very weird looking accounts. That's a couple there, one down here as well. Here's another, got a big one here, and here's one more right here. Now, a quick look at these accounts shows that they are 100% bot accounts. This is what bot accounts look like. They are instantly recognizable. Most of them haven't even set up Steam profiles, and if we search the IDs of these bots, well, you can instantly see they are farming armory skins. that's why the prices of these skins are tanking. A whole bunch of bots have come in and they've chosen violence. And what's on the database is probably just the tip of the iceberg. However, this raises massive questions. Not questions of how, but questions of why. Why have the bot networks started farming armory stars like this? As I explained, farming stars is really expensive and really risky, and also not profitable anymore. Like, you will lose money doing that at this point. So why are people farming armory stars all of a sudden? Well, the answer is simple. It's not their money. So I think what we're actually seeing is two things. First of all, people in the Chinese scene have started selling accounts with armory stars already farmed on them so people can go and gamble them without having to play the game first. The big obstacle to spamming armory stars is that you actually have to earn them. That's why they used to be profitable, but now you can just pay to avoid having to do that. And of course, if you're buying these accounts just to gamble, well, you probably don't give a fuck about whether it's profitable or not. However, there might also be something a bit more sinister going on. Last year, I actually stumbled on a network of bot accounts that were using stolen credit cards to open cases and then laundering the skins they unboxed. It looked really stupid, but they were clearly making money or they wouldn't have been doing it. But the thing about armory stars is that they potentially represent a far more efficient way for money launderers to do this sort of stuff. And it would not shock me one bit if that is part of why there's so much demand. And if it really is money launderers who are driving a lot of this farming, well, the crash in armory skin prices is probably only just getting started. And either way, the losers here are normal CS players. Armory stars used to be profitable, now they're not. Now there's botters making profits instead. That is not good for the community, but this may not be an easy problem to fix either. Like it or not, there are demand for stars. People are willing to pay for them, so supply is going to rise to meet it. And unlike a lot of other exploits, Valve don't even lose any money here. In fact, they're actually making quite a lot of money from this. And if they're struggling to combat cheating, which is outright destructive to the game and has literally no benefits for the developer, well, what are the odds Valve are going to be able to stop this? My guess is low. But hey, if you want to get a Be The Monster super cheap, you may not have to wait long. And that's the only positive in this situation. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, massively appreciated. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Jesus, thanks for watching, see ya.